If you told me 5 years ago that I'd be working with Russians and actually get paid for it, I would laugh at you. My name is Iwan and I've lived in Russia for 6 years, and for the past 2 years, I've worked with Russians side by side. And today, I'm going to show you how you can do the same, especially as a black person. And not just work with Russians, but also get paid well while you're at it. If you're a foreigner trying to figure out how to work with Russians and actually win out here, the steps I'm about to share will change the game for you. I've built a solid base of Russian professionals who pay me consistently for my work. Guys, this is not theory, this is not motivation.
I heard man when I chat and chit. I come through like what's good, these weeks get split.
There's a mistake 98% of foreigners make whenever they come to Russia. They fall into what I like to call the foreigner bubble. Now you might be wondering, what is the foreigner bubble? The foreigner bubble is basically you coming to your country but in Russia. What do I mean by this? So you're in Russia and you only associate with people from your country. You don't want to make friends with Russians. Guys, this is a very big mistake, especially if you want to make it the big bucks working with Russians. While this is good and all to help you settle into the country, guys, if you plan to make money with Russians, avoid this mistake I made early on and avoid getting trapped in the foreigner bubble. Now that we have that out of the way, we're going to move into the first step, which is pick a skill and become extremely good at it. Guys, in my case, the skill I learned was photography before I actually came to Russia. When I came to Russia initially, I was somewhat of a good photographer, but guys, one thing I noticed when I came to Russia initially was that the competitive market, in fact up until now, the competition in Russia for photographers is so much. So for you to stand out, I realized it was kind of difficult for me to stand out initially, and then I took it upon myself that like, what other skill can I add to photography that will make me irresistible, that will make people want to work with me, make me so attractive for people to want to work with? Guys, I decided to pick up videography to add to my photography skills, and guys, that was the best decision I ever made. I mastered content creation, whether it's making reels, shorts, and long form videos like this on YouTube. Now guys, I know a lot of you might not have the skill that I have. That is why I've decided I'm going to make an updated list on the top skills to learn to come to Russia to make big bucks on the side, so you don't have to slave away your time doing jobs that you don't want to do when you come to Russia. Subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss that upload. This next step is actually the most important step, but guys, I noticed a lot of people overlook this step. Once you've learned a skill that Russians are willing to pay for, you must pick up the Russian language, even if you're just learning the basic phrases at least to start with. In my case, I became obsessed with Duolingo to learn the Russian language and practice at least 30 minutes every single day. If you think I'm capping, I'm going to show you guys the app on my phone right now. This is the Duolingo app. If I click on the number of days, you can see there that I have, how many days there? I have 1,230 days streak, so you can do the math. Subtract 1,230 days backwards. Guys, you must become obsessed with learning the language, because I don't understand how some people want to work with Russians, but yet you don't want to speak their language and you expect to get paid handsomely. It's not going to happen. You must pick up this language. I'm not saying you must be able to speak fluently. Even up until now, I don't speak Russian fluently. I mean, I understand more than I can speak, and in my opinion, understanding is actually much more important than speaking, because in my field, for example, you have to think on your feet. You can't just be asking them to translate everything, because I am in a creative field, I'm a videographer, so whenever a client says something, I need to be able to understand what they say immediately and do listening exercises, try to pick up the language, become obsessed with Duolingo. Guys, I know people say Duolingo doesn't work, but if you become obsessed, the reason why I love Duolingo so much is that it's very repetitive. So after there's some phrases that you repeat over time, it just gets ingrained in you. This is why I always recommend Duolingo for beginners. After some time, obviously, I think some people are going to outgrow Duolingo. This is where you now have to start doing some intentional practice, buying books, or maybe even paying a teacher to teach you the Russian language. Guys, I've noticed a lot of foreigners make this mistake. They play with the importance of Russian language. You must learn this language, especially if you want to go into the creative field, if you want to make the big bucks with the Russians. So now that you've learned this skill, you've started learning the Russian language, the next step is for you to put yourself out there, whether it's through Instagram, VK, this is the Russian version of Facebook, and other platforms to show your work. Personally, I always recommend Instagram, because this is where majority of the Russians are on. At least the ones I've worked with all found me on Instagram. Also guys, I want to believe that at this step, you've already built a little portfolio or a body of work that you can actually show or use to reach out to clients while you were learning your skill. Now guys, you have to start DMing your potential clients and offering free work. Guys, yes, I said it, you have to offer free work. And you might be asking, why would I offer free work? This is because no Russian will just trust you off the bat. But the moment you say, I will do something for you for free, something of value for free, guys, I think at this point nobody actually says no to any free thing, especially if it is good. And one thing I've noticed is that you almost never get a no, because guys, this is zero risk for them. They're not going to pay you for anything. You're just going to come, and if they like your work, they might potentially work with you in the future. This is how I started. I get a lot of questions every time. Oh, Iwan, how did you start working with Russians? How did you put yourself out there? Guys, I'm spilling the tea here in this video. I don't want anybody asking me again, oh Iwan, how do you get to work with Russians? I'm actually pulling back the curtains to show you guys how I've been able to do it for the past 2 years consistently. This is what I do. I don't do any special thing. Everything I did is what I'm exposing to you guys, and I hope you guys are actually jotting things down. Guys, this leads me to my next point, which is step number 4, building a portfolio of Russian clients, or proof that you've worked with Russian clients in the past. Guys, this was the reason why we were actually offering free work, because guys, we need these people, we need these clients to show other clients that we've worked with Russians in the past. This step is very important, and I want you guys not to underestimate underestimate doing free work to have for your portfolio. It's one thing for you to work with people from your country or foreign students, and it's another thing for you to work with Russians. And what I've noticed is that when a Russian visits your portfolio, whether it's on Instagram or your website, they want to see a proof that you've worked with other Russians. They want to see proof that you've worked with people from their country. And guys, social proof is very, very important. This is where social proof comes in. If you go and look at my Instagram, you'll see proof of me working with some of the big clients here in the city. I curated this very, very intentionally. I wanted that whenever new clients hop on my Instagram page, they know that despite the fact that I'm a black guy, I've worked with some of the top people here in the city. If you want Russians to pay you for your work, they have to see a proof that you've worked with other Russians in the past. This part, please do not overlook it. And guys, this does not only apply to photography and videography, it applies to every area. Guys, if you want people to work with you, if you want foreigners, if you want Russians to work with you as a foreigner, you have to show them proof that you've worked with other Russians. Obviously, it's the first time for everything, but my point is that if you want to start charging, actually, you need this proof, which means that you have to offer free work first. After you've gotten that portfolio, after you've gotten that track record, you can start asking for paid gigs. Guys, the next step while you're at it doing free work is to deliver like you're being paid. Guys, please don't cut corners. When you're doing free work for clients here in Russia, act like they're paying you. Deliver like you're being paid. Under promise and over deliver. Guys, this is literally the cheat code to getting the high value clients. I'm telling you guys, I'm not hiding anything. This is what I live my life by. I under promise. I don't like to act like I'm too much of anything, and I over deliver. I like to blow my clients' expectations, and this is how I've always been from day one of working with Russians. And you might be wondering why I'm emphasizing why you should deliver your best work. This is because word of mouth is very powerful. A lot of my clients I've gotten were from free clients I did before. For example, now I did a free job for this client, and he had a friend or she had a friend that needed something. They recommended me and said I'm a very good videographer. So from this free client, I've gotten a paid client. Guys, don't underestimate this part. This part is very important. Under promise, over deliver. Act like you're paying you thousands and thousands of dollars to do the work, and do it like your life depends on it. Do it with all your heart. You're not just doing it for your portfolio. You're doing it so you can tap into their circle. You're doing it so that your name will be spread among their friends. I can't overemphasize this. The amount of clients I've gotten just from one person posting me, just from one person saying, "Ewan, I love your work," just from one person tagging me. Word of mouth is very, very powerful here in Russia. Now, the next step is to repeat the previous steps until you're confident enough to charge. There's no rule book to when you can actually charge your clients. When you feel you're ready, when you feel like, okay, I have enough portfolio, a lot of proof to show that I can do the work, then guys, you can begin to charge clients. Any client that reaches out to you, especially, charge them. And when you're reaching out to clients also, add it in your DM, add it in your cold outreach that you're doing this not for a free, like you're not going to say I'm doing it for free. You're going to be like for a future paid collaboration or for a future paid opportunity. State it out there in your cold outreaches. Don't assume that the client will assume that you want to get paid. The next and final step is how to keep these clients that you've gotten. Guys, getting Russian clients is one thing, but keeping them and even getting them to recommend you to their friends, another ball game altogether. And here's how I've been able to do it. First of all, you have to become that person that people want to be friends with. People don't just pay for skills, guys. They pay for the vibe. Guys, whenever I'm out filming with my clients, it's always fun vibes. It's never awkward. I try to make it as fun as I can. Of course, I've had, maybe 1 or 2 awkward encounters here and there. But guys, whenever my clients work with me, it's always a fun vibe. Plus, I exceed their expectations. I surprise them that like, how can this black guy speak Russian or understand what we are saying? If it means you have to learn Russian, learn Russian. You have to become the best, become extremely good at your skill. And step number 2, learn the Russian language. You don't have to be fluent, like I said, but be able to understand them, be able to understand the mannerisms. Obviously, you don't have to understand everything on the day one. But like I said, if you escape the foreigner bubble and you begin to have Russian friends, slowly and steadily, you begin to pick up the Russian language. And before you know it, you can understand Russian jokes. You can understand when Russians are joking, because people like to misunderstand Russian so much. Sometimes Russians are joking and you think and you might feel like, oh, they're being racist or they're being... You get my point? Guys, this is very, very important. The second tip is be likable. Guys, always smile. Don't be rude. Don't feel entitled. Guys, the energy, guys. This is very, very important, because it's very, very easy for them to decide, oh, we don't want to work with this guy and we want to go and work with our guy. I mean, this is just normal social etiquette. You have to be that person that gives off positive energy every time. When you have a positive energy, you don't even have to be the best, actually. Just the fact that they like your energy, just the fact that they like working with you, just because you're a likable person, you're a patient person, guys, they'll keep on recommending you. They'll keep on working with you. Whenever they have someone that needs your service, they're going to recommend you that Iwan is the best guy that can do this for you. The next is invest in yourself. Don't stay trapped in one level. The quality I'm using to film now, this is not what I used to film before. Whenever I'm filming for my clients, I always blow their minds. I invested in camera lenses. You must get better every time. Don't stay at the level, because guys, when you stay at one level, you're easily replaceable. Try to get better. Try to invest in yourself. When you make money, invest back in yourself. Don't be hold your money. And let me tell you guys, when you invest in yourself, you have that leverage to always increase your prices as time goes by. Once you've gotten these tips nailed down, guys, stay consistent. Things like this won't just happen in 1 month. But if you stay consistent for 3 months, for 6 months, you'll be shocked at the results that will be possible and the results that you'll be able to get. You should also understand that, guys, you're in a foreigner's country, so things don't work the same way in your country. Don't expect the Russian people to understand you automatically. Adapt. Of course, you might face some challenges, but guys, adapt. Don't complain. Don't be that person that's always complaining, oh, Russians are this, Russians are racist. Because I've noticed that the moment you speak negativity about Russians, the moment you speak negativity about anything, you attract it into your life. I know this sounds very cliche, but it's the truth. Guys, I literally don't work with bad clients. Of course, I've had 1 or 2 in my... How many clients have I worked with? I've worked helped a lot and a lot of clients. And out of a lot of clients, I've only had maybe 1 or 2 bad encounters. Guys, it's the same. If I was working with Nigerians, if I was working with people from my country, I will also have bad experiences. So having 1 or 2 here or there, guys, it's nothing. Create public content, show your work. Nobody's going to come and find you in your bedroom. Show your work, tag locations, especially if you do local work. Tag them, tag people. You don't even have to even get paid. For example, you can just wake up one day, go to a restaurant and just film a video for the restaurant. Like, you can order food, pay with your own money, and film your content. It doesn't have to be always cold DMing through Instagram. You can just do your own content for your own self, for your own account, but tag them. Try to get eyeballs to your channel or get eyeballs to your account. Guys, don't underestimate Instagram, especially if you're in Russia. The big guys, the big bucks, the guys with the dollars or the guys with the robos you're looking for are on Instagram. Not only on Instagram, but guys, Instagram is where I found the most success here in my 2 years of working with Russians. If you're serious about wanting to work with Russians, I just hope that this video is going to help you. I hope this video has given you a little bit of clarity on how you can get to work with Russians, with the Russians that have the dollars. You understand what I'm saying? I came here at 17. I did not know anyone. I could not speak the language. I haven't thought in my mind that I won't even be able to learn this language. But guys, I figured everything out step by step. It didn't happen one day. It didn't happen in 1 year. It didn't happen in 2 years. But guys, if I can do it, guys, I'm sure you guys can do it. All you have to do is get better each time. Follow the steps I've listed in this video accordingly. Don't cut corners, and you'll see how you're going to take your life and take your earning potential in Russia to the next level. If this video was helpful for you, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, turn on your post notifications, and if you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. And if you have any video ideas you want me to give out or dish out to you guys, let me know in the comment section below too. And also guys, if you want to learn how I turn my everyday life into videos and vlogs like this and actually grow on YouTube, I share everything inside my vlog mastery course. First link in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now. Peace.